Is up, guys? My name is Stepstar here. Welcome back to another video. This is like a part two version, apart from the part one that I just did a week ago. And I'm not gonna do the same video because I actually watched it and I forgot to put my audio on, so there's no audio and there's no point in redoing it because I already know what's gonna happen. So I decided to just do another video from my story anime. This one's called My Mom Saw My TikTok Videos, and this title is just ridiculous. When I first looked at this, I laughed. Like, I don't get it. Unless this is like freaking who's it, Daniel Khan, then I would see why. And if their mom, if but you know your mom already takes care of your stuff, so I don't get it. But yeah, this is just I'm just gonna watch it now. And also I'm using. Okay, just to let you know, I'm not using Omelet. I'm just using B record for some reason Omelet's not working.
This is not a virtue.
I'm gonna just like. I bet.
I was living a secret life over on TikTok was probably the worst moment of my life. It all started when I was 13. My mom and I moved to a new town to get away from her crazy ex-boyfriend.
Oh, nah. Overpowered ex-boyfriend.
And so I had to start at a new school. And
I really want to go to that school, actually. It's a fully green school. I like the color green. You already know me.
Seriously didn't fit in there. All my classmates were super rich, and I felt
all your classmates are super weird. Okay, who does that with their phone? Just eat her in the freaking hand on the middle girl. It just looks like a robot type movement. I mean, don't you see that?
Started when I was 13.
No, I'm crazy.
My mom and I moved to a new town to get away from her crazy. Seriously didn't fit in there. All my classmates were super rich.
What's that? What is this bopping your head and just moving the phone? This is just weird.
Too intimidated to speak to any of them.
Too intimidated? You shouldn't be too intimidated. You're actually regular.
Just hung out by myself, and it was pretty lonely. At least it was, until one day when I discovered this app called Musical.ly. That was the moment my life changed, and I wish I could have
Musical.ly was the stuff.
Seen how crazy it was about to get. For starters, my mom didn't even know I had a phone. It's not like she could afford to buy me.
What? Wait, your mom didn't. Wait, how does that make sense? Doesn't your mom buy you stuff? Okay, but like, okay, why would you hide a phone from your mom? It's gonna be pretty obvious one day.
I mean, she was just a cleaner at some rich woman's house. One day, I was there waiting for her to finish, and I spotted this old phone under a cushion on the sofa. I quickly put it in my—
that's cat. If there's like if there's a phone under the cushion, I know they're rich and they probably don't need that phone, but there's no way they'd be that careless.
My bag and hope my mom's boss wouldn't notice. She was so rich, I doubt she would. And ever since that moment, I've been glued to Musical.ly, creating all these awesome videos whenever my mom—
kind of dance is that? That's like the robot renegade. What the heck is that? Good.
Wasn't around. Pretty soon, I was addicted. And although I tried not to use the phone when I was with my mom, one day I couldn't resist. She was cleaning the kitchen, so I went out to the pool. Yep, her boss even had a pool, and I made a video.
Yeah, freaking flexer.
Yeah. Then I uploaded it, and we went home. Later that night, the comments started pouring in. I couldn't believe
it was just one. Okay, I mean, you were next to a rich house, so of course people are gonna. And I do not understand why people decide to do this.
Leave it. I stayed in the bath for like 2 hours just reading them all. Everyone kept saying how
that's just weird.
Epic my house looked, and that I must come from a rich family. And that's when I came up with an idea. It was simple. I would pretend to be someone else. I'd always—
It's simple. I would just pretend to be someone else. No, I did not. Tell me how that sounds to you. Now say that to yourself and tell me how that sounds to you.
I've been kind of embarrassed by the fact that my mom cleaned rich people's houses and that she—
I mean, you should be more embarrassed because you're the daughter. I mean, doesn't it make sense? You're over here, doesn't have a job, had to find a phone from a rich person's cushion's house, and now you just and you're basically like pretending you're someone else. You should be the one ashamed right now. Your mother should be embarrassed of you.
He couldn't even hold down a relationship. She always attracted these crazy men.
The transition was weird. I'm sorry. Let me get back into it.
With Musical.ly, I could be whoever I wanted to.
A robot? Okay, let me stop making these robot comments. But come on, please stop. The animation is not cute. Like, why is the knee like up to the I'm not even gonna say anything else. No. Actually, I am. Why is the knee up to the crotch? Seriously, and is that like maybe your knee's like up here or something? Maybe your knee is just like in the middle of it, and you just have no crotch because your leg is just That's weird. I'm sorry.
B. I was now Zoe, the rich girl with a rich mom in an amazing house with a pool. I once took a video of me eating crackers and caviar I took from the
Crackers and caviar. How rich are they?
boss's fridge. And once, I even tried on her $50,000 dress. Wore
Oh no.
her diamond rings, laid on her fancy bed, wore her expensive perfume, used her makeup, sang it
So she's not. So the rich person. I know she's rich, but like, does she not realize that stuff is being used in her house?
in her bathroom, and so many other crazy things. Every day, I'd go to see my mom at her job, and she was so happy about it. She thought I was coming to spend more time with her, but actually, I was just hanging by the pool,
Selfish little bit.
posting videos on the app. I'd always wait until my mom was vacuuming. Then, I'd sing my heart out. My mom wanted me to work hard.
No. Wait, let me do the edit.
Then, I'd sing my
Okay,
heart out.
that's it.
My mom wanted me to work hard to become a doctor, but all I wanted to do was sing. And soon, I had thousands of followers, and it made me feel more
To
confident.
be honest, you probably should have just sang from the get-go. You can't. I mean, if you're I mean, I don't know why people do this, but like every time someone gets famous on another platform, literally anything they do, they get views off of. If someone actually tries to grind and they don't get much views as they should be doing, then that's just wrong, to be honest with you. That's why like I'm still like skeptical about social media itself and how things like this happen. Like if she didn't have that rich house, she would be trying to grind.
I could really do the same thing. Plus, the fact that it looked like I was a rich girl probably helped too. It was crazy because
No, duh.
at school, I was this total nobody. I might as well have been invisible. But online, I was a star. I didn't even care about making friends in real life. I had all my Musically fans and friends.
Oh wow.
A whole year went by, and I seriously didn't make one friend at school. My mom
Isn't this TikTok?
asked me about it one day, and I just told her I only wanted to hang out with her. She said, "Oh, baby, you're so sweet."
Wow. Now I realize why the mom. This is why. That's why I realized the mom. That's why the mom looked like this. That's what a mom looks like this. Because when she found out she's lying after working her butt off for years and years and you're just over here making followers and not hanging out with your mother, I now see why she looks like that.
I'm so lucky to have you. If only she knew the truth. That I
You selfish bitch.
was living a total lie online. And that was just the beginning. One morning, I was
Oh, wow.
walking to school, and I pulled out my phone as soon as I was out of sight of our apartment. I went to open Musically, and to my
Yo,
complete
we don't need that titty shot. Like seriously, you're not cute.
shock, it wasn't there. Whether you're switching on. I opened this TikTok thing and let out the biggest sigh of relief. All my followers were still there. The app had just changed its
Oh, it actually. I didn't know that actually happened. I'm not really that knowledgeable about it.
name. But when I got to school, everyone was on their phones. Over the next week, I
Bruh.
watched as everyone got sucked into this TikTok world. I started to get nervous.
So none of those people on the school are on Musically. They're basically the same thing, except when TikTok came out, it wasn't all that good at first. So like I'm kind of surprised if you really think about it.
Until then, no one from school had followed me on Musically, so no one
Well,
knew that
duh.
I was lying about my life. Then one day after school, I was on my phone, and my worst nightmare came true. April, the most popular girl in school, commented on my last video. She said, "Wow, Zoe, is that really you? You're in my class, aren't you? How come we aren't friends? I didn't realize you're a rich kid."
I hate girls like this. Stop! Like, dude, you have your full name, your full avatar and picture, and you'd be like, whoa, aren't you in my class? DM her! Stop saying it out loud. Like, I hate it. I saw, like, a bunch of friends in, like, another school, and they like to do, I think they did, like, a TikTok in a bathroom or something, I don't know. And then they show, like, their full, like, uniform and body. That pissed me off, because I was like, they're clearly gonna find where you are, because there's lots of, stuff going around, and that's why sometimes people don't trust social media. I just get so annoyed with this.
I won't lie, I seriously thought about deleting the app. If she found out the truth, that I was just a cleaner's daughter, she'd make my life hell. I'd be the laughingstock of the school. But I couldn't delete it. This was my life now. I wasn't about to give it all up, not for anything. The next morning, I told my mom I was sick and couldn't go to school. But she
Oh, wow.
saw right through my lie and basically
Ooh.
shoved me out the door. I was terrified. What if April had
Your mother don't play.
told everyone about me? As soon as I got to school, I saw April by her locker. I quickly ducked my head and hurried in the opposite direction. But I heard her running towards me. "Zoe, wait up!" she called. Oh my
How about ignore her?
God. This couldn't be happening. I turned towards her and was
Don't turn toward her. Oh my god, bro.
surprised to see not just April, but her whole girl gang. And they were all smiling at me. My life was over. We didn't realize you're so popular, Zoe. Want to hang out sometime? April asked me. And that's when things started to escalate. They wanted to be my friend.
No, they didn't.
They actually believed my TikTok life was real. Soon, they started inviting me to all their parties and saved me a seat in the cafeteria. But I wasn't even interested.
What if you were just like, oh, they can't recognize that I'm the daughter of a cleaner, then why hang out with them? They're gonna learn more about you as the time progresses. Like, that's stupid.
Honestly,
Every person in this animated story is stupid.
I had my friends on TikTok. I didn't need them. I had to play along though. One day, April asked me when I was planning to invite them over to my house for a pool party. I froze.
Oh,
I had to make a plan. I waited for the perfect opportunity. Right after one of my mom's shifts at the house. When she wasn't looking, I grabbed the keys and told her I was going over to April so we could study together. She was so happy that I finally had friends, she didn't even argue with me. I ran
what?
over to my mom's boss's house, made sure the coast was clear, and texted April telling her to come on over with the girls and to bring their bikinis. I felt like such a badass sitting in my mom's boss's house. Why hadn't
You really not. You're selfish. You know.
I done this before? It was so peaceful. Perfect for making videos. I decided to record one while I waited for April. I was singing at the top of my lungs, and so I didn't hear the footsteps behind me. Suddenly, someone said, "Who are you?" I turned around and almost dropped my phone. It was my mom's boss. What was she doing here? She literally never came home. I tried to speak, but I couldn't get the words out. And then
Who
she
are
noticed
you,
the phone
though?
in my hand and said, "Hey, that's mine. Are you a thief? I'm calling the police right."
You know who left it under your freaking cushion. And also, you're rich. I'm pretty sure you don't care if you just left it under your cushion. I don't really think it's much of a big deal.
Now, I was so scared that I just started crying. I told her my mom was her cleaner, but that she was sick, and I'd come to help my mom out with the cleaning. I didn't even know I was capable of lying on the spot like that. Then I told her I'd found the
Technically you are because you lied about your whole life to your mom.
phone and was just using it to call my mom to check that she was okay. I couldn't even look at my mom's boss. But instead of freaking out, she came right over to me and hugged me. She told me her name was Samantha and that she hoped my mom would be okay. Then she said I could keep the phone if I wanted because it was just an old one. I had to bite my lip to stop myself from laughing. If she knew I'd been using her phone for more than a year, she wouldn't be acting so nice to me. Then she asked me to stay for tea, and I said okay. She went to boil the kettle, and then my phone pinged. Oh my god, the girls were outside. I texted them to say my mom was sick and was super contagious. Then I told them I'd make up for it on the weekend. They didn't reply, but I didn't care. Samantha and I sat down, and I couldn't stop staring at her. She was so pretty. And then she asked me if I liked to sing. I went bright red. Has she heard me? Then she told me she was a singer too, and asked me if I wanted to sing with her.
No, here's the thing. I feel like what I feel like it is that like this boss here is just like, oh, yeah, I've seen you on TikTok. I'm just gonna pretend I don't know and just be like, do you sing? And then that's my purpose. I just feel like that's what it is. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna call it.
Her. I couldn't believe it. We ended up spending the whole evening laughing and singing, and when it was time to go home, I didn't want to leave. I wish that I could have Samantha as my mom instead. When I got home, I was still smiling.
You selfish
But then reality hit me. My mom was super angry that I was back so late and said she missed me. All I could think about was Samantha and how I needed to see her again. For the next few weeks, I started spending more and more time at Samantha's. My mom would be so upset if she knew about it. She thought I was studying, but actually, I was just singing and chilling with Samantha. One day, I got home from school and my mom was waiting for me. She was wearing a nice dress and said she saved up enough money and wanted to treat me to dinner and a movie because I'd been studying so hard lately. I told her I couldn't, that I had a big exam the next day and really
I know this is not real, but like if this was real, then I feel so bad.
Needed to study. She pointed out that it was just one evening, but I already made plans with Samantha, and she even promised to come on my TikTok with me. My followers were waiting for this, but my mom insisted and I didn't have a choice.
Wait, she already knew? Wait one sec.
We went to the restaurant, and I was so anxious the whole time. I kept going to the bathroom to check my phone, and noticed I had 12 missed calls from Samantha. I ran back out to my mom and told her I was sorry, but I had to go study. Then I just left her there. She looked like she was about
You actual selfless. She saved enough money to you for you to actually have a good. Oh my goodness, you're such a. I'm sad that I have to watch this whole video.
cry, but I didn't look back. I just ran. She'd get over it. Plus, now she only had to pay for one dinner instead of two. Samantha was waiting for me, and we made the video of us singing together and uploaded it. And then the comments started rolling in. Everyone kept saying, "Wow, your mom is the coolest!" And I didn't correct them, because this was exactly what I wanted people to think. When I got home that night, I felt so happy, but my mom was already in bed, and I knew I'd hurt her feelings. I just hoped she didn't find out about my TikTok, because then she'd really be heartbroken. After Samantha appeared on my TikTok, I started getting even more attention at school. Suddenly, the cutest guy in class asked me out on a date, and even though April had a crush on him, I said yes. No boy had ever asked me out before, and I was keeping my distance from April anyway. If she found out Samantha wasn't actually my mom, everyone would hate me. So I went on a date with him. But he seemed more interested in getting onto my TikTok than in actually hanging out with me.
Yeah, cloud chaser.
So I had to post a video of us anyway. Maybe I'd get more followers for having a cute boyfriend. Then, a few days later, I was helping my mom carry some groceries back from the store. We were waiting at the bus stop when April appeared. She was with her friends, and I didn't have time to hide. They saw me and came over. My mom was busy getting money ready for the bus, so I walked over to them and tried to act normal. Then April said, "If you're so rich, why are you waiting for a bus? And who is that woman with you?" Then they all laughed at me.
I mean, why can't you just, like, say maybe it's your aunt, and then she's just helping her to be kind? Don't be like, oh, why are you taking why are you getting groceries? Who gets groceries?
And walked off. I was so humiliated, and I prayed my mom didn't hear. We got on the bus, and I just sat there all quiet. I was dreading the next day at school. And sure enough, it was awful. As soon as I arrived, April came up to me and took me by the arm. Then she whispered into my ear that if I didn't let her be in my TikTok videos, she'd tell the whole school that Samantha wasn't my mom and that I was actually poor and lived in a tiny apartment. I couldn't believe.
But here's the thing. She doesn't even know that. I mean, she never knew that was her mom, so, and she's just like, oh, who's that girl? And just left off. You could have just said that's your aunt. I'm not saying you should lie, but that's stupid. Y'all are dumb.
How had she found out? And how could she blackmail me like this? She says she followed me after she saw me at the bus stop. And now I would either let her be in my videos or she'd expose me. I had no choice. I had to let her appear in them. She was making my life a
delete them after.
Nightmare. I really didn't want her to be in my videos because...
Wait, also, how about this? She said she wanted to be in your videos. How about private your videos? Wait, can you do that on TikTok? I don't really know now.
She was prettier than me, and even though she couldn't sing well, she'd still get lots of new followers, and I didn't like the thought of that. And then, to make matters worse, she told me I had to break up with my boyfriend, or she'd tell
what?
Him too. But I didn't want to break up with him. He was making me even more popular. So I told April I would.
Oh, nah. You're selfish.
I didn't. She must have seen us together one day, because the next thing I knew, everything blew up. I was with my mom at Samantha's house, waiting for her to finish a shift, and also secretly hoping Samantha would turn up so we could hang out. I heard the gate opening, and my heart started beating faster. Samantha was home. But then I saw it wasn't Samantha. It was April. I didn't understand what she was doing there. She came right up to me and asked me if she could make a video by the pool. Well, I couldn't say no. So we headed to the pool, and then she just grabbed my phone and started filming. She was live on my TikTok. She started walking towards my mom, and she was speaking, saying that this was my real mom, and that actually she was just a cleaner. That Samantha
but here's the thing. If someone takes your phone, how about slap them and take them back? Or, okay, there's a pool right next to you. How about push her in the pool? And then go live. I don't know. I'm just saying, if you're really gonna, like, that's so selfish. Even for her. Actually, I'm not even gonna say even for her, but that I don't care anymore. That's really dumb. I got a good thumbnail now. I just realized.
wasn't my mom, and I lied about everything. I tried to grab the phone from her, but she already posted it.
How? Like, come on. You must be, I don't want to say you're weak, but you must be soft. Like, all you have to do is just, like, post it. It actually takes another progress to, it actually takes, like, not long, but, like, another, it doesn't take that short of a process to post that video if it's TikTok related. So I'm surprised that you didn't stop her.
And that's not even the worst part. My mom heard everything, and she was crying so hard. April showed her my TikTok account and then left. I wanted to push April in the pool. I was so angry. My mom was sobbing, and she said to me, "I'm sorry I'm not the mom you wish to have.
Oh, nah. Slap her. Don't cry.
made your life tough, and I understand why you're not proud of me. I know you'd rather have a mom like Samantha. Hearing my mom say this just made me break down. What had I been doing? My mom was doing her best, and I had been so ungrateful. This whole
I
time,
like
I'd
how
been
you
hanging out with
realize that.
Samantha when I could have been hanging out with my mom.
Okay, I really hate it when, like, evil people try to become the victim in these stories. I just swear to God, if she doesn't learn a lesson.
Then my mom asked me about the phone and started crying when I told her it was Samantha's. She said, "See? Samantha can give you everything I never could." But I told my mom that I didn't want that. I just got carried away. I realized it was seeing that made me happy, not TikTok. So I plucked up the courage to tell my mom the reason I had been spending so much time with Samantha. Because I wanted to be a singer. Then my mom started crying even more and said
Okay.
she'd also wanted to be a singer, but she had to be realistic and have a cleaning job so we could survive. Oh my
Oh, that's why she wants to hang out with you. How about this? All three of y'all sing together.
God, I didn't even know my mom could sing. Suddenly,
Oh
we
my
had
God.
this thing that connected us, and I just started hugging my mom and apologizing. I'm happy to say that she ended up quitting her cleaning job, and we moved again. There was no way I could face my old school after all the
Well, definitely
lies I
not.
told. Plus, my mom really didn't like that town anyway. I gave Samantha her phone back and saved up for my own. Mom and I started all over again, and now we are seeing all the time, even performing together on weekends. Maybe we'll record an album soon. And no, before you ask, I'm
Albums.
not going back on TikTok. That wasn't the real me, and I don't want to pretend anymore. I much prefer the new, honest me, and I love being close to my mom.
Okay, that's actually a nice story. Not gonna lie, it was a bit selfish 90% of the time, and then at the end, it just became a happy ending. I'm actually proud of them for this. Um, but yeah, don't lie, please. That's really just a message. Don't lie or do deceiving crap. So yeah, bye guys.